Oh, oh.
Hey!
Oh. It's going up. 99,991,994,995. Is it really? Don't go back down. Wait, Randy! 98, 98, 98. Oh, God. Is it going up and down? Oh my gosh, it's so exciting.
Since 2012, every year my wife and I go to the beach or the woods to spend a weekend reflecting on how our lives are going and the goals, habits, and directions we'd like to set for ourselves. During this particular retreat, we were navigating so much uncertainty in our lives. Kat was in her third trimester with our soon-to-be son, and we had no idea what to expect as parents. That exact day, on March 11th, COVID was officially declared a pandemic.
4,291 people have lost their lives. COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
Because of COVID, our main business and source of income was basically ground to a halt, so we really had no idea what we were going to do. The sensible thing would have been to get a job or to try to find more consulting clients or something to pay the bills. But the thing is, for years leading up to this point, we had both already been doing work that really didn't fulfill us. Kat and I were still grasping for that holy grail of work that was both deeply fulfilling and that could also provide for our family. I've always had this undeniable passion to create, to tell stories, to document my life. But for the past decade, my career focus has mostly been in startups, engineering, and marketing. And I never really let myself think outside of that box. Thankfully, on our retreat, we brought a book with us called Designing Your Life, which walked us through exercises to develop various scenarios for what our lives could be like. One of the exercises had us imagine what we'd do if we didn't have to worry about money or judgment from other people. And my mind jumped to a YouTube channel sharing my dad's recipes. This was always on my bucket list of things to do someday, but it never felt quite important and urgent enough for it to be a major focus. But during our retreat, I realized that I really needed to do this now while my parents are still young and healthy. As parents, we thought it'd be really special to have my dad's recipes and our Chinese heritage documented for our kids to have someday. The same night we got home from our retreat, we went over to my parents' house and pitched them on the idea. To our surprise, my parents were basically on board immediately. They weren't sure if anyone would watch them, but they partially did it out of their love for me and partially because they recognized the importance of preserving our traditions and our cuisine. That night, my mom actually started thinking about how we would need to rearrange our kitchen to make it more beautiful for filming, and my dad started looking up portable stoves so we could cook on the island. And the very next day, my dad actually called me to say that he defrosted some pork and asked if I wanted to come over and film a recipe. I, at that point, definitely wasn't ready to film, and it actually took me months to figure everything out. I had a pretty high standard of what I wanted our videos to look and feel like, and on top of that, we had our baby coming in June. So after months of preparation, filming, hounding my dad to use tablespoons, figuring out our editing style, on September 1st, I decided we were ready to start sharing. As we hit publish on our very first video, Mapo Tofu, Kat and I were pretty nervous.
You got a luncheon crew here?
Go me with loud. Go me with loud.
That day, we spent a few hours texting all of our closest friends, posting all over Facebook and Instagram, asking everyone we knew to watch and support. On our launch day, we gained just over 100 subscribers, which was really huge for us, but we weren't sure if people outside of our social circle would resonate. I had this expectation that it would take months or years before we'd start getting discovered, fostering community, and hopefully start making a decent living in the process. But soon after, I found incredible support from Facebook groups like Cantonese Parents, Subtle Asian Cooking, Poisson Homestyle Cooking, and Asian Hustle Network, just to name a few. And I started realizing that people were resonating with our videos beyond just the recipes. From there, it honestly just kept snowballing. We connected with incredibly talented food creators like Chris and Steph from Chinese Cooking Demystified, Kenji Lopez Alt, Beryl Shereshewski. We got features on the Today Show, on BuzzFeed, on YouTube's Creator on the Rise. And more than anything, I think we got to this point so quickly because all of you out there have been so supportive, enjoying our videos, trying our recipes, and sharing them with your loved ones. I think all of this encouraged YouTube to start recommending our content to more and more people who had never heard of Made with Lau, which brings us to this moment.
Hey,
That's so exciting.
It's going down. Why is it going down?
It just keeps going up and down. Oh my god, that was such a tease. Can it come back?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
One more. No! Wow.
Oh my god!
Is it gonna stay? It's okay. Wow, you did We scared him. Oh, we did it.
Even in my wildest dreams, I wouldn't have imagined that in a little over 200 days, that 100,000 of you out there would like us enough to subscribe and tune in every week. More than just numbers, the most affirming things are the dozens of comments, emails, messages that you send us every single day about how our recipes remind you of your parents or grandparents, how much your kids and grandkids loved a certain recipe, how grateful you are that we're sharing these videos. And it's not just me, my wife, my mom, my dad, we read all your comments and share our favorite ones in our family WeChat. When we started, I honestly thought of this as a personal project just for our own family, to celebrate my parents, to pass it down to our kids. As it's grown, I've started to realize that this is a lot bigger than just the Lau family. It's about all of our families. It's about preserving our shared heritage, our Chinese cuisine, the Cantonese language, the immigrant stories of perseverance that so many of us can relate to, and our common humanity in our love for food and family. I am so grateful that I finally found something so meaningful to pour my energy into, and it's just been an absolute privilege to share and represent Asian culture and to play a small part in preserving these traditions. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for your support. We literally couldn't do any of this without you, and we are so excited to be able to share many more videos for years to come.
Oh, we cheers with glasses.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Come on. 100,000.
Congratulations.
Cheers.
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 So proud of everyone.
熱烈慶祝
We did it.
Big celebration.
Saman.
多謝10萬觀眾訂閱 Thank you for all the 100,000 subscribe.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your support.
Can you believe it?